All right. You can hear me. You can't see me because I keep cocking things up. It's going to be a short episode. We do have a live from the lair coming up at 6 p.m. So about 45 minutes from now. And I'll let you guys go to do that. But I want to talk about some things here tonight. And as you can see, it's a solo show, which I haven't done in a while. But we're at that point where just got to get shit off my chest. And, as much as I love the panel, it's one of those things where I'm just going to tell you how I feel, and we'll get through it a little bit faster that way. I have been, what I do for a living, I'm on the road. So I listen to a lot of videos, or, I've got the phone on my dash. So I just swipe through shit. And yeah, I'm one of the few people in this space that uses TikTok because I can find shit out a little bit faster on that app than I feel even YouTube can, because of their algorithms and how they fuck around. So I've been seeing a lot, and mine's dialed in very well, by the way. It doesn't have, well, it does recently, which is part of actually the topic tonight. It has some of that cringy fucking NPC content. It's getting worse. It's getting out of control. It's a sign of disease. And I don't just mean in the people, I mean in the culture. Why don't we dive into that? Let's see, for one, if I can pull this up on shit. Let's see if I can pull it up on the Google account. I'm running Brave for this equipment, but let's see if I can share screen on Google, because it's being kind of a pain in the ass. Probably won't let me. And TikTok's a real pain in the ass to log into on a computer as well. Damn. It lets me do the Brave tabs, but not the TikTok tabs. At least not with sound. So I'm going to have to figure a workaround on that. It wouldn't let me log in, of all fucking things, on... let's just see if it'll do it now. Let's see if it'll behave. But anyway, you've got social derangement going on in this country. You've got a lot of people doing this NPC shit on TikTok. If you don't know what it is, I'm not going to, give you the headache of watching me attempt to do it. But essentially, if you know what an NPC in a game is, it's just a character that kind of just stands there and repeats itself as you prompt it with things. Well, people are doing this on the internet now. And this isn't the whole topic. This is just showing a sign of sickness. You have them dancing and repeating themselves. I really need to get this thing open to show you. I figured it would work on Google. This is what happens when I run alone. I just have problems. Of course, that's Murphy showing up to say, fuck you. You want to do a stream on your own? Fuck you. So that's where we're at. But these people, it's first to start off with women, like dressing up like fucking sexy cats or whatever the fuck. And if you could say such a thing exists, and doing this little, flowers, spicy. Yeah, if you go on TikTok, you'll see it. But now men are doing it. And the creepiest thing I saw today was like a gay son and his normal straight looking father in on this fucking thing, where they're both doing it back and forth. I'm like, oh my God. This is social decay. People have gotten so desperate. They're not even regular prostitutes anymore. Now they're NPC prostitutes. Now they're doing anything for $1. By the way, super frustrated when I got here. I wanted to do the show an hour earlier. But that thing right there, had come with like this tape mount shit. Just the way it was built, it fell over and it knocked it was a domino effect. So I had to fix that and set up a stream in under an hour. So that pissed me off. But that's not what we're here to talk about. But yeah, it just, it's gotten so fucking bad. The Matrix, if you will. And I'm not going to go down conspiracy road and tell you that this is all fucking some sort of simulation, but it really makes you wonder. People are starting to lose their fucking minds at the state of affairs in not just this economy in the United States, but just globally. People are losing their shit. You look at the cost of living. What is it? The average median income in 1990 was $31,000, right? That sounds okay. 1990, 2023, the average median income is $34,000. So it's moved $3,000 up in that amount of time. But the cost of living has gone from, let's say the median apartment was around $800 at the time. It's now at $2,400 a month. You see the difference? You see the discrepancy? Not to mention the cost of food, the cost of gas, the cost of anything. And gas prices are set to get a lot worse because this administration is hell-bent on intentionally, in my theory, destroying this country. And they're doing a great job. I mean, if I was going to hire somebody to destroy a country, we pick the perfect guys, left or right. At this point, we pick the perfect guys. I'm going to look at the chats here momentarily and see what you guys are doing over here. Got Riggs Jr. in the house. I think he's shitting his pants over here. And then Sean, unannounced Wednesday stream. Wonder what happened. What happened is I'm irritated. I'm fed up, and this is a vent session as far as I'm concerned. Not just me. You're feeling it. If you're here right now, I don't know what my numbers are total. Like I said, I don't have the benefit of the other guys in the panel to sneak back and check everything. But those of you watching, every single one of you in the comments can probably tell me a story about how you're getting fucked. I mean, recently, for no fault of my own and no fault of the company, corporate buyout, because everything's owned by fucking 3 companies these days. I'm not going to get into details, but I took an $8,000 pay cut myself. I get 5 bags of groceries for $200 fucking dollars. You guys can all relate. This is what I'm saying. This isn't just me. I'm not bitching for the sake of bitching. You guys are feeling this too. So I take an $8,000 a year pay loss because some corporate fucking flaggot decided to come in here and buy it up, right? I get to suffer. There's less food on my table, but yet I'm still supposed to pay the bills, and the insurance rates go up and the interest rates on cars go up and everything's going up, right? Except our wages, except our ability to survive. That's just, it's here. It's not doing too good. It's starting to look a little flatlined. And every one of you's got a story. And if you do have a story, post it in the comments. Fuck, if you got a story. I know there's a live from the lair, but if you guys want to stick around and maybe even come on and tell your stories about how you're getting fucked, and not in the fun way, not the happy ending way, you're more than welcome to join. I'll gauge the interest in the chat, but God damn it, would have been nice if TikTok didn't act like such a bitch and actually let me log in. Let me try it again one more time, because that is some bullshit. It was working on it works on the Chrome side of things, but it wasn't working on this side. And I know you're probably like, why do you want to be on TikTok? Well, because like I said, I've dialed in my algorithm and it shows the average American, interestingly enough, left and right. And I can see that both sides have everybody's lost it. I see a lot of information come through on there. I see graphs, data, all sorts of things. Let me see if it'll work this time. Please, motherfucker. Oh, cool. It's working. I just got to do their little Chinese security fucking thing. Okay, there we go. Come on. Oh, maximum number of attempts reached. I don't know why it's doing that on Brave. It's being stupid. So I guess we don't have TikTok to show you. But if you scroll through the fucking thing, you can see it. It's just fucking sad. Everybody's losing their goddamn mind. Matter of fact, maybe I can do a workaround on this. Let's see if I can do some kind of workaround for you. That really was what I was going to use for my example, since there's plenty of them. Tell you what, I'll go over here. I mean, I don't know if you guys use the app yourself. If you do, let me know. But I know a lot of you guys are, I don't want the Chinese spying on me. Your own fucking government does way worse than the Chinese are doing. I guarantee you that. I mean, fuck, they're getting the fucking numbers to other people's fucking safes to go and illegally take their firearms. By the way, speaking of firearms, pay close attention. Looks like late July, there was something, a higher court ruling that suggested that felons in possession of firearms was unconstitutional. The reason this matters, the reasons that this might be important to you, is it looks like, a lot of elements of our government are fucking off the rails. There is a lot of corruption. There's a lot of insanity, but it does look like there are some patriotic groups, some undercurrents within our government that are fighting back, especially in higher branches. Even the Supreme Court seems to have a few in there that are like, nope, we're getting rid of the bullshit. The reason this might apply to you is because if, as Pops put it on his show, a two-way rifle range kicks off, it looks like some people are trying to push it the right direction so that patriots are more capable of reserving their rights. Keep in mind, when you start stripping even small sections of rights, constitutional rights, and saying that we can take them away from certain individuals because of certain reasons, like they had depression back in 1995, so they don't have gun rights now because they were institutionalized. Things like that, you start eroding away. If you look at New Mexico, this is an example. They do little at a time, and then you get to New Mexico levels of what the fuck is going on. New Mexico is exactly an example. Now, there's great pushback on that. Sounds like the state's prosecutor said, I will absolutely not be prosecuting those cases if they come in. And even the police, chief of police said out there in Albuquerque, he said, no, we're not arresting for people that are lawfully, carrying firearms, concealed or open carry. But that bitch sure showed us. This is the thing. Part of what this American dream, this nightmare that it's become, is that they are testing the waters to see just how far they can push you into surrendering. They did it with the COOF the last few years. Now, Fauci is admitting that you can get myocarditis from their fucking their poke and smoke, right? You put that in your arm, and next thing you know, but it's a very low probability. Yeah, and there was pushback about him saying that, and immediately the responses on Twitter were Fauci for prison now. They're pushing. They're putting it right out in the open for all of you to see. It's the frog boiling in the pot. You just happen to be the frog. But look around. You've got open corruption in the highest levels of government. You've got it in the fucking White House. You've got a coked out fucking loser son and his corrupt fucking baby sniffing dad fucking running the shit show, selling us out to foreign fucking adversaries, right? It's obvious as fuck what's going on. And they just keep pushing. You're going to give up your rights. You're going to give up your freedoms. You're going to give up, liberty for safety. You're going to keep doing it, right? And you can start seeing the pushback. I don't know the U.S. code, but it's like 922. It's the federal. Oh God, it's a tongue twister. Federal felon firearm ban or something like that. And there is now a higher court ruling that is unconstitutional. And I will go so far as to say violent or nonviolent. There is no historical reference to say that is constitutional. When you take rights from one group of people, I put two fingers up, one group of people, 2A there. You're eventually going to erode the rights from everyone. And that's what they're pushing for. And again, you can see that in New York. Well, or not New York, New Mexico. Well, we have the ability, even my oath isn't concrete. Yeah, my oath to the Constitution, that's not even set in stone. I can enact superpowers to take away your rights in an emergency because blah, blah, blah fucking reasons. No. And they're going to keep doing that. I'm telling you, you are watching the end of the American dream. You're living in it. Now, that doesn't mean that things go downhill forever. Every civilization in history that fell apart, another one came in their place, and things leveled out. I'm not saying that we lose who we are, but when the middle class is being completely eroded, when corruption is out in the open, they're not even hiding it anymore. When you have an illegitimate former vice president in office, when you have the Gestapo coming after the 45th president of America because he's in opposition to the current diaper-wearing candidate, you've got a banana republic there. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse every fucking day, right? We are almost at 5:30 now, my time, 7:30 East Coast. Let's see some of these chats here. Again, if you want to support the channel, feel free to head over to redpillrhino.com. You can donate. We've got the links in the description as well. Cash App, PayPal, and of course, Super Chats are always open. Although, because this is a shorter show and last minute, I'm going to go ahead and see what you got here in the chats. But to keep us free from being, under the control of YouTube and help keep us independent, it does mean a lot for those of you that do support the channel and donate. Let's see. The median is supposed to go up slow like that. However, the rate of inflation in comparison took an exponential hike. So that makes life hard for the rest of us. Sean, you're right. But when you see the cost of, and I'm not going to go ahead and draw this perfect graph on here for you, but you see the cost of rent do this, and you see the cost of wages do that over the last 30 years. That is a fucking problem. And look, the thing is a lot of people are in this mindset, well, it's not affecting me, so I don't care. but it is affecting you. It's the same thing with the fucking people that still drink the Bud Light. Like, you don't stand on principles, man. Like, I know you're watching. You don't stand on principles. Here's the thing. When they're telling you that you're supposed to accept a man as a woman, and that's fine. Oh, and this man also markets himself to children by acting like a girl. I'm talking about Dylan Mulvaney, of course. When a company puts that motherfucker in the spotlight and you still support it, you're supporting child grooming, to be quite frank. Like, I don't stand behind that shit. This is the thing. And it's not just that example, but homeowners, for example. Well, I've owned a home. I haven't been in the market for 20 fucking years. So who fucking cares what the cost of rent is? Yeah, but your children can't afford to live. Oh, and by the way, when you're getting towards that retirement age and you don't have a retirement anymore because they've stripped that away from you and Social Security is about gone too, and you're running out of money and you got to find one of those assisted living homes or nursing homes and you got no money, you know who gets involved? Your children. The government point the gun at your children and say they're going to pay up, but your children can't afford anything either because the government didn't allow that. They've eroded the middle class to where there's nothing left for you or your children. You know what happens to you that didn't care because you were a homeowner and fuck everybody else because I was a boomer and rolled up the rug behind me. I got all the wealth, wasted it all. You know what happens to you? You end up homeless because you didn't give a fuck. Like, there's no way to escape this. Just because it's not affecting you right now, it will affect you. Everything that's happening in this country, it is a domino effect, and it is heading straight to your front door. Now, this sounds like black pill, right? This is all fucking black pill. The cost of living's fucked, and you won't be able to retire, and it's just going to go to shit, right? I got news for you. It doesn't have to go that way. When does the American dream, the nightmare, when does it end? It's quite simple, ladies and gentlemen. It ends when you start giving a fuck and you stop complying with the bullshit. And I have to be careful about that because, you know, there's some people in black suits that show up and disappear people now, journalists exercising their First Amendment rights. If we're talking about J6, you don't even have to be at J6, right? And you face years in prison. In this particular case, I think the journalist faced 13 years, if I'm not mistaken. If anybody wants to fact check me on that and correct me if I'm wrong. But you don't even have to be involved in something these people don't like and they'll disappear you. I'm telling you, it is going to affect you. For all of you that are watching now or in the future that think, well, it's not affecting me. My pay's fine. I have a house. I don't have to worry about this. Inflation hasn't affected me. And bullshit, for one. But two, it'll catch up to you. I think it's time you start caring and start being more active. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything, right? Yeah, I give you shit, especially those of you that still drink Bud Light, because it's like you don't stand on principle. They're telling you that they're okay with child groomers, and they're putting them forefront in society, and you're just like, fuck it, because I like this particular brand. Okay, so you are telling us in one way or another, you're standing for child grooming. I don't get it. Like, stand on your principles. Again, if it wasn't for people standing up in New Mexico saying, yeah, no, that's a violation of the Second Amendment, she would have gotten away with it. You do realize that, right? If you as a group, as a collective, stand up, they cannot stop you. For example, I have a day job, you know, most of us do. And mine just so happens to be going into care facilities. So one of them has one case positive of, sure, the false positive tests that they do of the coof. Oh no. So, you know, the whole fucking staff is masked up now. And I'm looking at them. They're a bunch of fucking clowns. Like, you are the people that will sell your soul for $1. Don't be that motherfucker. Do not sell your soul for $1. Don't sell it for a paycheck. Don't sell it for job security. Don't be that cocksucker. You get one fucking life. Don't be the fucking faggot that winds up at the pearly gates and God looks at you, whatever belief you have. Maybe you're an atheist. I don't care. But your legacy is, I obeyed. Don't be that idiot. Don't. Because all it would take, in all sincerity, if everybody in that building told the motherfucker, no, the boss, the district manager, the regional manager, whatever the fuck, the corporate CEO, no, we're not putting on these fucking masks. There's enough information out there to understand quite simply they're ineffective. CNN grilled Fauci saying, hey, these things are ineffective. Yet you still got fucking people go, oh, I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to have to fucking go find a job at Walmart. Say no. Just say no. It's that simple. The American nightmare, the carousel that we're on that is spinning out of fucking control, stops when you stand up and say enough. That's the bottom line. So don't get all black pilled on me and, do the whole let the asteroid hit. There are days where I feel that way. Don't get me wrong. But the truth is, man, they can't stop all of you. But you all have to stand up. You all have to decide, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to play this game. A matter of fact, in this country, I am aware, you should be aware, that the government works for us, not the other way around. But yet we're all acting as if these are our leaders. No, that was never designed that way. We are to lead them. They are to be restricted on a very tight leash. We got complacent and comfortable, especially, I hate to say it. I'm becoming that guy that fuck the boomers. They were comfortable. They got the vacations and the 3 cars and only one person had to work and they had 5 kids and they went to Disney World every fucking summer. They rolled up the carpet behind and said, fuck the rest of these people. And look how that's working out. Now you got these fucking greedy cocksucker corporations buying up everything. BlackRock owns fuck tons of property in the United States. Bill Gates owns fuck tons of farmland in the United States. For what? Because we as a collective hadn't said, no, we're allowing this shit to happen. All you've got to do is say no. It's pretty fucking simple. What if you got together with everybody? Let's say you're renting, right? And they're about to hike your rent to some ridiculous rate, like $2,400 a month for a 1-bedroom, right? Get together with your neighbors. Every one of your neighbors. You get together with your group of people, even if you have huge differences in beliefs and opinions and say, rent's too goddamn high. Not one of your neighbors is going to say, now, you know what? I think we should be paying like $4,000 more a month. Every one of your neighbors is going to say, no, fuck, you're right. It's way too fucking high. All of you get together and you say, look, you go to the landlord. You can evict us all. You can evict all of us today, but it's done. We're done. You're not raising rent. If you were to organize like that, what the fuck are they going to do? I mean, worst case, yeah, they kick every one of you out, but then they've taken a huge loss and they can't balance their books doing that because they know if one group of people does it, they can get another group to do it. This isn't some commie fucking hokey shit that I'm telling you. Like straight up, if you are tired of tyranny, if you're tired of the fucked up shit, take a stand where you can. All right. Let's go through these chats a little bit. Tom Davis, what's a link? Rhino, I'm pissed. I will drop a link here shortly. Rhino, those fuckers don't care about your survivability, just how they can extract more of your resources. Yeah, absolutely. I am doing solo for now. We will change that here momentarily. And again, I'm not trying to give any one of you in particular shit. I'm just using current examples of things I can think of. If it hit you, it got in your little sensitive spot, just understand I'm pissed. I'm fed the fuck up. And I'm tired of supporting cocksuckers that just want to alienate you, destroy your country, and come for your children, right? Because that's what they're saying they're doing, and they're doing a fine job. And Dylan Mulvaney is an example of that. He's trying to turn your kids into deranged little freaks that think they can just choose their gender whenever, right? Right. Wrong. There is no they. There is no them. There is no zers. There is he, him. If you popped out of the womb with a penis, I'm sorry to break it to you, no amount of surgery is ever going to make you a woman. YouTube, take away my monetization now because fuck you. I'm not lying to these people. Not doing it. Okay. Not doing it for the shekels. It's not worth it to me. I think they're big mad about being outed as pervert. The Sound of Freedom movie in my butthole opinion. Okay. Thanks, JLM. Brandon Trueblood. The New Mexico Second Amendment ban was struck down today in court, and that's because, again, you, the people, stood up and said, no, fuck you, no. Okay? Yes, some of these I'm not going to read out loud, but yes. All right, let's see. Sean St. George, I think New Mexico's governor emergency order was a test. See who's going to comply yet again. That's exactly what's going on. And you're going to see more and more of that until you say no. And I'm going to emphasize something here. Don't think when I say stand up and say no, I am in any way advocating violence. They are expecting, and I might add, wanting you to behave in a violent manner. That way they can label the entire group of patriots as terrorists and turn around and point the gun at you. You understand? Then they'll have the excuse to take away everything you have. That's what they want. Violence is a final answer way down the road. There are ways to stop these people without ever having to raise a hand. Okay, just remember that. I do need to clarify. In no way am I telling you to go out and just start doing stupid shit. But you can start with no. That's a very strong standing point. On that note, kind of like doing these solo shows. I can get spun up. Anyway, the sound of my boomstick cocking, Mr. Poliskin. Yes, that is a last resort, but yes. If they come to your door with a warrantless search, which they're doing that now too, and demanding that you comply, you are being, and I've seen this again, go to TikTok, just get off the fucking thought algorithm, start looking up news, start looking up patriot groups. You'll see, it'll change your algorithm. But yeah, I saw this guy. I don't know the full context of the story, but I've seen a couple now, but I see one guy in particular. They had a warrantless search. They're trying to get him to come out and comply with orders. He says, no, not today. They tell him you need to put the gun down, everything else. He's not pointing it at him, but he has it. And he's like, no, you don't know who you're fucking with today. I think he survived. Unfortunately, like I say, Brave and TikTok are not working, so I can't show you that. But they shoot him. They shotgun him several fucking times. You can hear it. And it was a warrantless search. Say no. Some of you need to understand there is a price to freedom. Some of you need to learn there is a price to stand up for that freedom. Yes. But don't let these motherfuckers just stomp on you. Do not let them walk on you. You are not a fucking doormat. All right. That dude, I'm not saying go get yourself shot. That's stupid. But I am saying no more bullshit. That's a starting point. Okay. This mandate shit they're threatening that it's going to come back. No. Okay. You know, people keep saying this, but nobody fucking listens. Here's another one. Oh, I'm just going to say this for the record. I did not kill myself. I would never kill myself. If everyone said, you know what, I'm tired of $40 fucking billion or more of my taxpayer money going to fund a proxy war in Ukraine, I'm not paying taxes. Not doing it. Not a single fucking American paid their taxes. I'm done. Or even fucking, I don't know, half of them. Even maybe, they say less. Let's say 10%. Just said, you know what? Enough. Go ahead. Bring your IRS agents. As far as I'm concerned, it's illegitimate. I am paying for a war that was used for money laundering for a corrupt regime. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying that would work. I'm just saying if you say no, they can't do this to you anymore. Taxation without representation, you are being stolen from every fucking day. And think about it this way. You're being taxed on the groceries you buy, the gas you buy. You're being taxed on any transaction you have. The feds want into your PayPal account for every fucking dollar you send to your mom, right? I'm telling you, these people are illegitimate and completely corrupt. This is not how you were. One third of your income at minimum is being taxed right now. Did they do anything? Did they slave away and do what you did? Did they drive the truck? Did they cart the groceries? Did they fucking, I don't know what all you guys do for work, but was there an IRS agent or a politician? Were they next to you and helping you? Did they fucking, help you with any of that work? Then why the fuck are they getting your money? You're not being represented. Your money's going wherever the fuck they deem fit, and it's going to kill innocent people in foreign countries, right? Fuck that. I'm sick and goddamn tired of this shit. And you are too, and I know you are. That's why you're fucking watching. We all see what's going on. But like I said, this first step is no. And everybody doesn't want to be the only guy that does it. I get that. Because if you do it and you're the only one that does it, then suddenly you're in prison and you're just a fucking martyr now. Whoop-de-doo. Didn't do anything. Wow, I went without a cause. Nobody else fucking stood up. That's the fucking problem. We got to start coming together here. The corrupt tyrants are super organized. I'm just saying it might be a wise idea for you to communicate with your brothers, with your sisters, to start working together. So you don't have to be the one guy that stands up. Get a community together. Like I said, if you got everybody in your complex to say rent's too fucking high, we're not paying anymore, it might be a step in the right direction. These are small steps you can take, right? Stop thinking you're alone. Start building the community you want to see. Okay, that's important because we can't do this alone. All right. Sean St. George, isn't that how most authoritarian governments seize total power because of an emergency? Yeah, well, that's what they're doing. They keep testing new ways to do this to you. There you go. He says, I will not comply. The video, Tom Davis, the video that Outlaw put up today was a good example of all this shit. I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see. Riggs, I lost mine in a boating accident. Yeah, that's usually the best place to lose it if you're going to lose it. JLM, yep. Reichstag 9/11 looks similar, don't they? Very much so. The Patriot Act was a crime committed on the American people. I would say that was the first nail in the coffin to the end of the Republic, in my opinion. There were some others, Nixon and the gold standard, the founding of the Federal Reserve in 1913, but the Patriot Act was fucking huge. That's where you got warrantless searches and seizures at that point. That's why you get fondled at the fucking airport now. You know, there was a time in history where you could actually get on a fucking plane without being fondled? Shocking. I'm not saying it was an inside job or anything, but I want to know what they made those passports out of, because whatever they make that out of, they need to start building houses out of. You know, if a whole building can be demolished in its own footprint and have molten material for weeks on end afterwards, but yet a passport of a terrorist survives, I want to know what that's made of. You know what I mean? Just saying. Let's move right along. Riggs Jr., we got to do something about them unstable boats. Shit. Mr. Pliskin, diversion is an illusionist's favorite tool. Diversion, yes, absolutely. JLM, my friend has a rifle in a safe somewhere. I see you guys saying hello to each other back and forth. Good to see you all here as well. St. Troglodyte, what she's trying to do is set a precedent. As long as it's only 30 days, she can let it expire and keep it out of the courts, which sets for future action. She can reference it as historical. They're going to do whatever they can. Remember this. There is not a law that was passed that was ever temporary. Ever. Once they do it, they keep it, unless you fight like hell to get it back. This is what I'm saying. Everybody the last 100 fucking or so years was so goddamn complacent. They just let their rights, their constitutional rights, just go little by little. And here we are today, because all these people, all these fucking fat cats living high on the hog, didn't give a fuck, you know, let it all slip right out of their fingers. And they knew by the time it would matter, they'd all be dead. So who gives a fuck, right? Yeah, and we're paying for the consequences of that hedonistic mentality. So there you go. This is me just ranting and raving, but I see the audience hasn't left, which is a good sign. Maybe most of you agree with me. Thank fuck, right? It's about goddamn time people come to their senses and stop just fucking burying their heads in the sand, because it's not affecting them, because goddamn it will. MM4356. Yeah, it's starting to be cheaper to buy a house than rent in my area now. Yes. Did you know that the average cost for a house now is $4,000 a month? Might be cheaper in some areas, but I want you to keep in mind one thing. What's employment look out there? Are they paying minimum wage where those houses are cheap? Because if so, that's offsetting that reduction in cost of the house. If you're only making $7.25 an hour, but you got a house for $100,000, it doesn't mean shit. So keep that in mind. But yeah, it is cheaper to buy a house if you can get it. And that's another thing. It's getting harder and harder to actually get a house. Try bidding on one. That'll show you where you're getting fucked. And you know who you're being outbid by? Places like BlackRock. Sean St. George. Dylan has a lot of pedo suspicion points. Oh, yeah, definitely. Charles Darwin, retirement age. People still think that's going to be a thing. It is not. That dream is dead. And by the time I hit retirement age, good luck. There ain't going to be Social Security. So if you are a fucking millennial in the audience, or even a Gen Xer, hate to tell you, you were lied to. There is no retirement age. Mortgage equals death note these days. Yeah, 30-year mortgage, good deal. That 7% interest is what raises it to $4,000 a month, by the way. They say, 4 to 7 isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, it is. JLM. I was talking about this to a person today. The Nuremberg trials weren't important because a few Yahtzees swung in the breeze. It was significant because it set a legal precedent. And yet here we are with corruption out in the open, and we're afraid to do a goddamn thing. Because they make stupid little threats. Like, if you think you need an AR-15, well, I got news for you. We got fucking fighter jets. Yeah. If that isn't a threat from your own president, I don't know what the fuck is. What kind of slap in the dick fucking statement was that, Joe? You're just telling people, that's okay. We'll just nuke our own civilians if they try to stand up against corruption. Wow. That was something, Joe. That was fucking something. When you're not shitting your pants, you're telling us how you really feel. Thank you so much. John St. George, if you're talking about the Shohin, I think he was sentenced to 120 days. Yes. So 120 days isn't as bad, but still you can go to prison just for being a journalist now in this country. If you were to tell me that was fucking North Korea, I'd believe you. Like, American journalists went over to North Korea and got arrested for fucking freedom of speech. Yeah, that makes sense. In America, think about what the fuck is going on. You're being told in America that journalists are being arrested for exercising freedom of speech, not breaking laws, just by speaking, right? The other thing that's shocking is the amount of illegal immigrants that have come into this country that are, for some reason, military age and don't look like they're all from Mexico. Something to think about. Could it be that your government is intentionally trying to replace you? Could be. Gin Virtue. I'm feeling it too. My father, who I was taking care of, died in February of this year. So I'm living in my apartment alone. I make enough to pay rent, but I just break even. That's it. It's every fucking week, man. It's getting harder and harder. Like, what the fuck? I know some of you are going to fucking lecture me later. Like, well, if you just do this, if you just stop fucking doing that, again, I'm going to give boomers a lot of shit. But it's true. And I'm not, this wasn't a thing. Like a year ago, I didn't even know what the term boomer was, but I'm starting to get it. Well, if you just stop having fucking Starbucks, dude, it's getting to the point where you can't fucking you better not fucking sprain your ankle, because that's going to mean, do I go to the doctor or do I pay rent this month? Right. It's to that point. I'm so sick of hearing this shit. Well, if you just save more and you wouldn't spend so much on frivolous shit. Granted, I'm not one to talk. I've had some excess income and I'm doing all right. I'm pissed. I'm still feeling it. I'm not buying anything new. I can't right now. Adding anything to these shelves. Are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't do it if I had excess income, because I'm terrified at this point that all of this is going to be for nothing. Everything I worked for. And yeah, I know this is fucking goofy, childish shit, whatever, but I worked for fucking 8 years to build this collection. That was something that I took pride in. It's my hobby, putting that together. I'm afraid, one fall on the ice this winter, and I'm out of work for even a day. Well, there goes everything. Back into a storage unit, and I'll be living under a bridge, right? Still working though, just living under a bridge. That's where we're at, man. Who isn't? I don't know anybody that isn't. You got Pop on in about 9 minutes. If you guys want to jump over there, you are more than welcome to do so. If you want to stick around here, also, you are more than welcome to do so. It's going to be a live from the lair with Jimmy, so feel free to leave here at any time. I'll just be ranting. You can always come back and watch this later. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Riggs Jr. I'm making average money, and it's not easy to stash any savings. It's got to be really tight for those with families. Look, I'm hearing people, again, you get on the TikTok, you get on Facebook, wherever the fuck you go, where you can actually talk to the people. I don't even need to do that. I can go to the gas stations now. I can go to fucking the nursing homes where the nurses are. I can go anywhere. I know you guys fucking like joking about the old folks. Fuck off. That's what I do for a living. Point is, I can go talk to nurses and they're like, yeah, I can barely afford anything. $80,000 for a single person is like the bare minimum to survive in this country anymore. There are couples out there making six figures combined that can barely afford the fucking bills. It's not by accident. They're trying to starve you the fuck out, man. You know the reason? Because they create the problem and then they can come be your savior. Stop the bullshit. Don't buy it this time. Here comes the strike. Of course, every fucking time, man. Let's see. Let's see if I'm caught up. Crusader Nate is in the house tonight. Just found out about this being live, and this is why I am always living the dream. Yeah, no, this is one of those things I'm going to start doing, probably actually on the Redonkulous side on Wednesday nights. It's not set in stone yet. I mean, it was cleared. I talked to Blake. We're good to go. I can do it. It's just pulling the trigger on their channel. I've got to tone down my language because I can't be, I can't be as extreme here over there because I don't want to fucking nuke their channel. Unless I did New Tech exclusive, but what's the fun in that? Let's see. JLM. I didn't 3 years ago. I'm not starting now. There you go. Brandon Trueblood. If you think it's okay to swim in a pool because Riggs was wearing a Speedo when he peed, then wear your mask. That's disgusting. Tom Davis. I am sick of the boomers. See? And he's a Gen Xer, even though I think he might have met a dinosaur or two, like a real one, like, maybe the Brontosaurus. But anyway, yeah. And they just refuse to just lay down and call it a day. Like, look at politics, man. You got fucking people that are fucking having strokes on stage. Well, I'm going to run for re-election. Are you fucking kidding me? Pelosi's even considering running again. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be cruel, but at some point, like, when do you stop running? Do you stop running when you're in the morgue? Well, no, that's not true. If dead people can vote, I'm sure dead people can still be in office. Just saying, Pelosi will be there for the next 140 years at the rate we're going with that bitch. Fuck these people. All right, look, there should be term limits in Congress. I think we can all agree on that. But there should also be an age limit. Like, the founding fathers are smart enough to know that you have to stop dick thinking before you run for president. Right? I think they knew that. Like, they knew these fucking young guys, all they want to do is fucking get pussy. I know we got to fight a revolution over here, but every time they get a chance, they're over here trying to get their fucking dick sucked. Let's wait until 35 before we let them run for president. Right? They knew these guys were dick thinking. So why did they not think, well, eventually we built something pretty cool here. People are probably going to live to be a little bit older. Maybe we should set a cap, something under 90, maybe something reasonable, maybe like, I don't know, 75, maybe 65. I don't know, pick a number, but couldn't you have set a low end? Like, Jesus Christ, you got people that are fucking shitting their pants on stage and having strokes during a press conference. And that's okay. Look at the rest of the world, how they must be looking back at us like, you fucking morons. Are you all so fucking spineless? You really let these people run your country? And I mean, are they wrong? I don't mean to insult you all, because I feel the same way. Like, are we just that fucking pussified that we can't take back our republic? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm spun up. That's why I made this episode. St. Troglodyte. The majority of us are just one incident away from landing on the street if a prolonged issue happens, e.g. loss of job or injury. He's absolutely right. That's what I was just saying. Most of us, one fucking bad day away from fuck my life. And that's sad. By the way, this show has gotten quite a few more views than I'm used to. So appreciate you guys that are tuning in. Charles Darwin. There was an all-staff meeting about mandating the clot shots. I spoke up and asked if they were accepting liability for injury or illness. Funny how quickly they dropped the idea. I might do that if they start trying to pull that masking shit again. I might say the same thing. Are you going to be held liable for injury or illness that I get from putting your shitty fucking masks on? Because if I get sick, I'm going to be suing you. Just saying. There's no reason for that. If you wear the mask, you won't get sick. First of all, false. Secondly, the mask contain material that is 5 times higher than the safe limit of exposure you're supposed to have of contaminants in the material in the mask, right? So wearing those fucking things is actually like wearing fucking lung cancer on your fucking face. That's science. I mean, not to mention the coof is way smaller than the holes in the mask, but what do I fucking know? Sean St. George says, you're not wrong, Rhino. We as citizens have become complacent in keeping our government in check. You know why? At least the last couple generations before Gen X. There was the Great Depression. I'll give the greatest generation some credit. But they raised a bunch of fucking bitch-made pussies that were just a bunch of spoiled, entitled brats that were handed everything. And you know it. You know plenty of them that their mom and pop bought them their fucking house or their fucking cars or paid their way for fucking everything. They didn't have to work hard a day in their life. They fucking had 2-3 fucking houses and a summer cabin, right? They didn't know fuck all about working hard for it, right? And the greatest generation, World War II generation, and generations before, they knew the value of hard work. They knew the value of saving. They knew the value of preparing your own food and all of that good stuff, right? And then these fucking spoiled bitches come along and they just won't let go. They just won't let go. They're milking you. You know what? What's funny about it is they got wealthy off of future money that wasn't made yet, and they were banking on you, every one of you, to be lining their wallets, and they're doing great. And then you see these fucking out of touch commercials like some people just don't know what to do with their money. What money? What fucking money, you boomer fucking cunts? There is no money. I don't know anybody with a savings account over fucking 20 grand. And that's people who lived with their mom until they were 30 fucking years old. Fuck you. What money? I know, yeah, some of you older guys, you got some savings, you did good for yourself, you bought some stocks and things are working well. Or are they? I wouldn't rely on those, but especially if money becomes worthless, then your stocks didn't mean fuck all, did they? Riggs Jr., the boomers on my mom's side worked their ass off. My dad's side, who's rich, didn't pass down squat to their kids. Yeah, no, and I've seen a lot of that too. They were selfish little cunts, weren't they? Now, I get it. Not everyone. We can't say everyone, just like not all women, just 90% of them, right? It's the same concept. Like most of these fucking idiots, useless, just fucking meat sacks as far as I'm concerned. JLM. Sean St. George, people forgot the Bill of Rights are to restrict the government's power. Yep. Riggs Jr., Rhino's sugar mama has him on a short leash till he takes her to Pound Town for that 2K23. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. As always, fucking Riggs Jr. Let me know if I'm needed. I might actually open this up to you guys to come in now. Those of you that are still watching, absolutely. JLM, we are not made of Legos. Our body parts do not snap on and off. Absolutely. I wish they did, though. Fuck. I'd pop out this fucking liver. The thing is I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to give you my own personal thoughts here, which I try not to talk about my personal life. I know it was a minor thing. Okay. They caught my liver at a little bit of inflammation, and they caught me at like really pre-diabetes, like very low on the scale. But I've been still having liver pains even after losing 22 pounds. So I'm going to just tell you right now, without saying it directly, if you are drinking like a motherfucker, or you're eating fucking sugars and carbs and breads and pastas, and you're just fucking being a dumbass with your life, stop. Because I don't know. I might have already punched my ticket. I don't fucking know. I really don't. But the pain doesn't go away. It's a dull fucking, almost feels like a cramp all the way from my armpit down into my fucking gut. So I don't know. Maybe I punched my ticket. Who knows? I'm not getting a transplant because that ain't going to fucking happen. I don't have money. But if you fuckers aren't taking care of your health, who's going to stand up? And especially if you have kids, or kids, you're an uncle, whatever it might be. Maybe you just know kids in the neighborhood that you're helping fucking not turn out like little miscreants, right? You got to stand and fight. You got to be healthy to do it. I strongly recommend the keto diet. YouTube has actually reset the algorithm to bury any keto doctors that put out content suggesting that diet. They are now pumping articles that are suggesting keto are dangerous on YouTube. That should tell you what you need to know about the keto diet right there. But I strongly recommend it. I'm not going to push any products. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm simply telling you, you fuckers can't fight if you're weak, and they want you weak. They want you fucking filled with estrogen. They want you fucking fat and diabetic. They want you on your deathbed so you can't fight them. Don't be that motherfucker. All right. I'm dead serious. Like I didn't give a fuck. I let depression get to me. I drank too much. I ate a lot of fucking junk that I shouldn't have. And, I'm trying to turn it around. It might be too late. I don't fucking know. Let's hope not, but don't be that motherfucker. Put down the goddamn drink. You can't fight if you're drunk. You can't be vigilant if you're drunk. And if you're a fat fucking pre-diabetic or full diabetic fuck, guess what? You can't fight when you need to. And some of us are going to need to. So Just something to think about. I'm serious. Take your health seriously. That's going to be the first thing. If you don't take care of your health, this is something my friend's dad said, right? He was like special forces or some shit. He said, if you don't take care of number one, you can't take care of anyone. Number one comes first. And I mean that to all of you watching. Take care of your fucking health. If you're fucking smoking, stop fucking smoking. If you're fucking eating, I mean it, sugars or carbs, breads, pastas, potatoes, all that bullshit, put it the fuck down. Get you some meat and some vegetables. Eat right. If you're living on fucking vitamins and prescriptions, look at why. Are you eating a healthy diet? Most of the shit can be fucking reversed if you take care of your health. But again, you're not going to be good to anyone, not your friends, not your family, not your kids, if you're an unhealthy, drunk, fat fuck. Okay, so that's my advice. Let's get on with the chat here. Their empires are imaginary, built on nothing at all, says JLM. Tom Davis, 110 billion now, Ryan. Jesus Christ. Shadow Sonata, a proxy war to prop up a money laundering operation to support a highly corrupt regime set up by Barack Obama. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Sean St. George, freedom requires eternal vigilance, lest we surrender it to people who will exploit us until our final dirt nap. Yep. Sean St. George continues, of which we have been surrendering it for over 100 years gradually. That's exactly what I said. Especially with 2A. You look at 2A and people argue, well, if you've committed a crime, fuck you and fuck your rights. Every time you say that, the government smiles. We got him, motherfucker. We got him. We're going to take more rights. You just wait. They ain't going to have 2A. That's what they're fucking doing. Stop being a dumb cunt. Shall not be infringed was pretty fucking clear. Let's understand that the founding fathers knew what they were saying. And he committed a fucking crime, so he didn't have rights. Is he incarcerated? Oh, no. Oh, well, then his rights should have been restored immediately the second he was released. Sorry, that's how you lose your gun rights, ladies and gentlemen, by saying, well, that's an okay exception. Man, they're smiling every time you dumb fucks do that. G-Ski, people are lazy as fuck, Rhino. All right. Tom Davis, here you go, Rhino, and I don't know what he's saying. Here you go, too. Riggs Jr., take a Viagra and demand a patent. I love you guys' humor. Crusader Nate, looks like someone found his soapbox this evening and is spun up. Yes, sir, absolutely. And I'm probably going to be doing a lot more of this. I do love the panel, but I like the soapbox. It's nice. I get to feel tall. You know, I'm not that tall, so anytime I can get on a fucking soapbox and pretend I am is good. JLM, there is nothing so permanent as a temporary government program. You're absolutely goddamn right. The Patriot Act, for example. Let's see. Every law should have a sunset date except for the Constitution. That's Sean St. George. Absolutely. Let's see. Crusader Nate, my retirement will be the day I die. And Crusader's quite a bit older than me. You know, he also probably met a dinosaur or two back in the day. So that's saying something, right? Gen X got fucked too. It's not just the lazy millennials that only work 90 hours a week just to pay bills. Oh, motherfucker. Look, Aaron Clary, as a YouTuber and as an investment guy, I like you, but you're fucking shit talking on millennials. You don't have a fucking clue, bro. You really don't. You're so fucking out of touch with that shit. You think they're all just fucking blue-haired feminists. You are so fucking wrong. You are so fucking wrong, bud. Slick South, Social Security was bullshit when FDR pushed it. Yeah. And now we're seeing the results of that. All for me and none for thee. Shadow Sonata, lucked out when I refinanced to a 15-year from a 30. Interest rate went from 6.5 to 2.1. Yeah, you definitely lucked out on there, man. JLM fighter jets require pilots, Joey. Just saying. Yeah. How many of those motherfuckers are going to, well, there's always going to be yes men. There's always going to be bad guys in the good guy group, right? That's why there's bad cops. And that's why I say, oh, somebody's going to be mad at me. there would be good cops if good cops fucking arrested the bad ones. Now, occasionally you see a fucking good cop arresting a drunk cop, but you don't see many good cops arresting, bad cops for 2A arrests that were unconstitutional. Just saying. Same thing. Like, there are always going to be yes men that say just following orders. Unfortunately, now that might be 1%. Most of these guys are going to say, fuck no, we're not going to fucking turn on our own people. But there's a few cunts out there that'll go, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I will. How much is that? Do I get a bonus for fucking bombing my own fucking friends? Fucking assholes. There are people like that. So you just got to remember that. Let's see. We've got St. Troglodyte. We had fighter jets in Iraq. Somehow men wearing head diapers beat us with AKs from the 1970s. Part of that is that those people stood for something. You remember, like I was just saying like half an hour ago, say no. They said no. You see the power of no? They were a bunch of fucking towel heads with very minimal skills on how to fight combat at all, if any. Motherfuckers, have you seen the footage of them blowing themselves up? But they said no. It's very hard to beat motherfuckers when they start saying no. Remember that. Vietnam is another example. Those motherfuckers said no. I'm not telling you what to do, but I highly recommend the use of the word no. It's very strong, very potent. Does great things. Sean St. George, ass hats and dresses and flip-flops with small arms defeated the U.S. military twice. Exactly. Crusader Nate, look at what the Afghanistan people did to resist the American military for 2 decades. Afghanistan is where empires go to die. All right. Just catching up on the chat here. JLM, that was a clustered fuck of massive proportions, the war in Afghanistan. He also goes on to say, everything I heard from that sounded like shooting machine guns at nothing. Narcissistic abuse 101, rules for us, but not for them, so they can do as they wish. And then Tom Davis, I used to ride a Bronto, then I divorced that bitch. Yeah, buddy, you don't want to admit your L's like that, but goddamn. Riggs Jr. Rhino was balls deep in a granny earlier to earn the cash to fill his gas tank. Listen, I got to tell you, when they say $20 is $20, especially in this economy, sometimes, man, and at least she can remove her dentures. That's all I'm saying. Crusader Nate, boomers are the tyrannical rulers. Ask me how I know. We might bring him on if he wants to stick around. If he's still here, we'll bring him on, and I'll just let you guys have the floor. I'll sit back and just moderate. Thank you, TikTok, by the way, for failing me on this episode when I was going to show you, but maybe it worked out better that I just ranted and you guys got to hear my opinions for once without the panel. Again, I love the panel, but sometimes you can't get a word in when you have like 8 guys on at one time. Phrasing. If I got a homo suspicion point for that, I'll take it. Anyway, G-Ski, weekend at Bernie's, weekend at Pelosi's. Yeah. Let's see. Just catching up in the chat. 606. I'm in Canada. You've seen our idiot in charge. Yeah, no shit. Blackface of the Year award. Crusader Nate. The average life expectancy in the 1700s was 37 years, meaning 3 was playing the 19th hole of life. Just saying. There you go. And they still waited till 35. You got to stop dick thinking. You might be dead in a few years, but you got to stop dick thinking before you can run a country. Oh, also, there weren't many child sniffers back then. Most of them got shot, just saying. St. Troglodyte. The majority of people in Congress are millionaires. The fact that they don't represent us any longer as the average income is $32K a year. Yeah, and if you're making over $32K a year, consider yourself lucky. It's a reach around is what it really is. But consider yourself lucky. Crusader Nate, people become complacent because people are lazy and not good by nature. Unfortunately, I'd have to agree with you. There are good people, but most people are fucking cunts. MGTOW Outlaw talked about this very thing today in my video. Go check out MGTOW Outlaw if you haven't subscribed to him. His name is MGTOW Outlaw. I refer to him as a squirrel, but he does good content when he's not a squirrel. So go check him out. Brandon Trueblood, folic acid will help your beard fill in right now. You know what? Thank you. I might just try that. Appreciate it, man. Chris Mitchell, good evening, my bigots. Lumberluck, they're leeches, but genetic design. All right, chat, you are killing it tonight. I have not seen this many chats in a while. I'm off to Pop Stream. Okay. By the way, if you want to go check out Pop Stream, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Tom Davis, the subject at Pop can be revisited in a rerun. I am not in the mood for the subject. I don't know what the subject is. All I know is Jimmy and Pop are over there having fun. So if you guys don't want to be angry, go over there. Charles Darwin, gonna jump over to Pop. All right. I'll leave this one going on mute. Catches. All good. Can't join Ronald Rhino visiting my mom. Ronald Rhino. Is that like Ronald Reagan has cheese for you or some shit? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, and I see that Polska. I've heard your situation is rather rough. I won't get into it on the stream just because it's not everybody's business, but I do hope things are going okay. Bob's lives matter. Bob's liver matters, excuse me. Lumberluck, keto diet is a life changer. Have a bulletproof diet, used it, and I'm stronger. Prime game changer. There you go. I am trying my best to catch up in the chat. Sorry, guys. Funny, we talked about this being we talked about being tile models for the youth in Redonkulous after party last night. Yeah. Damn it, role model. There you go. Okay. All right. Tile model. What is a tile model? Is that like a sexy guy that installs tiles? Like, I can fucking put in good tile, bitch. There you go. All right. I will be the drunk fucker. Okay. I'm catching up on chats the best I can. G-ski, government will make more crimes to take away your 2A. Of course. That's what they keep doing over and over. Of course, me, sloppy drunk, can thread needles and punch holes as well as anyone that is sober nowadays. There you go, Tom. Shadow Sonata. If you want a preview of the horror show to come, go into my retail store and see the number of obese children along with the fatter parents. Yeah, it's getting bad, man. It's like 80% of this fucking country is overweight or obese now. Lumberluck, temporary in government terms is a century. Yeah. A little bit taller than that, but platforms do help. All right. God damn it. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. Lumberluck, maybe Aaron's wrong. Maybe he's right. But he is painting one heck of a picture. Yeah. Like I said, I don't have any beef with Aaron. As far as his books, I've read them. I own them. Okay. So I don't hate Aaron, but I stopped watching him. I'm so sick and goddamn tired of him comparing us to Gen Z, which is worthless. A bunch of fucking safe space cunts. And maybe the later millennials, the fucking late 90s millennials, maybe those fucking idiots. But yeah, I'm sorry. I you know, what is it? Yeah. I identify as a Gen X. Okay. Since we can all just choose what to be now. Chris Mitchell, they have done it many times, so the next time will be no different. Yeah. Learn to tell the panel. Yeah. Have you ever tried that on a show like ours? Tell the panel to shut the fuck up. It doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work. Be a dick, and then you'll be the moderator, truly. Well, that's why I'm doing a solo show. This was my way of saying shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'm multitasking and moderating on both because I am talented like that. All right, I think we got through the important chats here. Brennan Trueblood, Riggs, are you saying Rhino needs to become a grandpa groper? No, please, no, God, no, thank you. All right, I'm going to open up the house for the last, 15 to 45 minutes. We'll open it up to you. If I don't know you, meaning I don't see you in the chats regularly, and if you can't use a camera, at least backstage, I need to know who the fuck you are, unless I know you and you're a regular. Like, if Riggs Jr. came on, I would understand. But if your name is like Ho Stomper 99, I'm not going to let you on the show. So, link is in the chat on YouTube. I do need to check Rumble really quick and make sure I haven't neglected you over there. 0 comments on MGTOW. For some reason, we are dead on MGTOW. And I actually don't see any chats on Rumble. But again, this wasn't a planned stream, so only 3 over there. So we are fine. I will post a link in both of those just so you can join if you are watching over there. But again, if I don't know who you are, you're not coming on the panel. Reason for that, not because I hate you, but because I got big black dick before and it ain't happening again. So here we go. Let's add some motherfuckers to the channel. I am not going to do any grandpa groping. I'm getting that off my screen. Riggs Jr. says, I'm saying Rhino needs to make friends with Mr. Murphy. Fuck Murphy. He's a fucking cunt, dude. Crusader, oftentimes I am the quiet one on the panels. Yeah, it's because you can't get a word in because everybody else is too busy talking over you, which pisses me off. just watching. So there you go. Riggs, the last time he and Murphy got together, Rhino lost his car. Oh, yeah. That wasn't the only thing. That was Pop's show went to shit. Then I lost my car. Then I fought to get a car for 2 months. I'm still trying to get my fucking deductible back. Me and Murphy can suck all the cocks, every fucking cock. If there's a cock in the universe that Murphy hasn't sucked yet, he needs to suck it, deep throat that motherfucker, and choke on the fucking fluids. Okay, that's how much me and Murphy get along. All right, here we go. Here is MGTOW Outlaw. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
An echo, but I can hear you just fine.
Is it on my end?
Well, it certainly isn't on mine, sir. Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on.
It's good now. I don't hear it now, so it might have just been a temporary thing. Before we add anybody else to the panel, I'm sure you have thoughts, feelings, and or concerns. So please feel free. Kind of a vent session here.
Oh yeah, it's strange how the timing happened here today. I just made a video 6 hours ago about this very topic. And ironically enough, one of you guys, I think it was either Sean St. George or Jimmy or you, might have posted that video that I did a video about it on. So,
oh yeah,
I mean, that was when I first got into Red Pill. That was one of the first things that I learned was that politics, the government, it's all, it's lies, man. Yeah. They lie.
Well, and I didn't even know you did a show today. I was working and I was going through the old TikTok because, I don't give a fuck that the Chinese are spying on me. At the airport, they try to grope me. So like the Chinese, I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's so big on, I don't want the Chinese knowing my shit. Your own government is like stealing your guns out of your safe because they've gotten the codes from the companies that make the safes now. And you're worried about China. Fuck you. What do you have? Look, unless you work for a national security organization, what, the fucking midget porn you have on your phone, you're worried about the Chinese finding? Fuck off. Quit that shit. Anyway, I'm watching that shit today and I'm just seeing page after page after page of people talking about how they're fucked, they can't pay rent. And I try to have a pretty good selection. I have some on the left, some on the right, some that don't give a fuck about either. And they're all saying the same thing. Everybody's just equally saying we are fucked. The American dream is dead is the reoccurring theme on TikTok right now. In between watching men and women do the NPC thing for shekels because we're diseased as well. Like we're not just dying as a nation and as a world, to be honest. But you can see just how sick people are when you are so desperate as a person that you sell your soul to be a fucking character. So for those of you that don't understand, I'm going to break this down for you. So you have little emojis. I think you can do it on YouTube too, but like little flower emojis or peppers or fucking whatever. And if you send like 100 flowers to this fucking bitch, she'll just repeat herself. Flowers. Thank you. Flowers. Thank you. Flowers. Thank you. For hours. And now men are doing this. You fucking see dudes half naked doing the same thing in their fucking dingy ass looking kitchens. Like, what the fuck? I saw a fucking gay dude and his dad doing it today. I'm like, oh my God. At least I think it was his dad. Maybe he was into old dudes. I don't know, but I'm horrified. I look at that and I'm like, it's not even like the morbid curiosity. I start getting like angry. And why am I angry? I'm not sure. Something deep down inside of me says this is wrong. This is wrong. This is when you push motherfuckers so far and you impoverish so many people that they just start tweaking the fuck out. Their brains break and they decide that's a good idea, or maybe they're just raised to think that all genders are fluid or some shit. I don't know. But either way, it's between that and people saying the American dream is dead. We're all fucked and might as well just enjoy it. Drink that beer, not give a fuck. And that's the bad advice, by the way, because that's how you fucking end up a weak pussy when things matter. So don't be that guy. But anyway, Outlaw, go on.
Well, I mean, what do you say? I laid my feelings down on the line in that video, and I see these young people. We've got some young people now beginning to come into this community. You got Jackal, you've got a new guy named Rex is coming in. You've got Bingus. Well, I would say Jimmy's kind of young. I'm young, you guys. So I mean, people, there's still common sense out there left. But man, when you start getting below our age down to the 20s and teens, it's like holy fucking shit balls.
Yeah, you're not fucking wrong, man. And these fucking kids are still buying this American dream bullshit. Go to college. Like, good fucking luck with that. You motherfuckers that think college is going to be the answer, especially when you do liberal arts degrees or psychology degrees, like you're fucking retarded. And besides, nobody can afford the $50 an hour for you to pretend to care about their problems anyway. So fuck right off with that shit. Enjoy your $200,000 in debt though. You know, minimum.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to add a couple more guys to the panel, but I need to learn to shut up and actually let you guys vent now because God knows I did it for an hour there. So, all right. Welcome, Tommy motherfucking D to the channel. D is in, I don't know, but Tommy, how you doing?
I'm pissed off too, so it's all good. I hear you.
It's good. It's good to see when it's good to see when you older guys, I'm not bashing on your age. I'm literally saying it's nice to see when you older guys are with the program and you realize how fucked we all are. Like, because I see some guys in the Gen X generation. Well, you just need to have 5 fucking jobs and work 120 hours a week and never sleep and never have a life outside of that. And you'll be just fine. Hey, go fuck yourself, you fucking assholes. Meanwhile, they've got the fucking second home on the beach in Cancun and the fucking yacht out back. Like, yeah, I'm supposed to work harder, but where's my fucking reach around, you fucking asshole? Well, you're fucking me in the ass.
Well, you're missing a point there too. Those guys with those beach houses, they're just sucking the Cabana Boy off because that's where they get their goddamn fucking drinks.
Well, see, one of the things that they don't teach you in school, these young people, each and every human being in this country has debt hanging over their head due to the national debt. Unborn, the born children, all the way up to, the elderly people. I think, what was it? The last time I checked, it was like nearly $80,000 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody's got the money. Yeah, sure. It's easy for a generation to tell a younger generation, go out here, work, make as much money as you can, when all that's going to do is make people's pockets more thicker than yours. They're going to hit you harder in tax, especially if you're single. Yeah, go out there and thicken people's wallets that ain't yours and get hit harder with the tax brackets and all that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's great advice. Work ethic is not the problem. Well, to a degree, it's not the problem.
When I'm seeing people on average working 2 jobs to support a family now, and even if they are single, they're still just working 2 jobs to pay the rent and eat and probably garbage food, and it's cheaper to eat at home. My fucking ass, not anymore. No. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat at home because eating out is how you get fucking diseases. I'm telling you, the restaurants. Before I was doing the nursing home stuff, I was delivering a lot of seafood. First of all, wholesale seafood in the back of an SUV 2 hours away is not exactly safe, but that's how they don't give a fuck about you. But if you look in the restaurants, the fucking disgusting shit you see in those kitchens, and I'm talking about the fancier the fucking restaurant, the uglier that fucking kitchen was. So you got these fucking chefs dressed to the fucking nines, but yet there's fucking cockroaches and grease all over the floor. Like, but they've got mahi there, so it's reputable. Okay, fuck that. But anyway, my point is, I don't even remember what my point is. What was my fucking point?
It doesn't matter. You're pissed off.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck the restaurant industry. Eat at home. That was my point. All right. If you were backstage and I know who you are, but you're not using your logo at the bare minimum, I need to see it and probably quickly, so I know that you're not stealing the logo from the actual person. So one of you backstage does not have your current logo. Please upload that as your photo so I can see your real deal. That's you. All right.
We go over to Chaos for Use all the time, late at night, and stream with him. And this come up last night about work ethic. And a lot of the guys in this community, they believe in the Bible, and we won't get into that discussion, but they're religious. So They believe that you're supposed to work and all that, and that's, I believe that too.
Right.
I believe that when it said work and earn it by the sweat of your brow, I believe that meant working the fields, growing your own food, being independent. Each individual grows their own food, works the fields, right? Because I told someone, I can't remember if it was Jackal, I can't remember who it was last night that was on with us. And I said, it is not normal for so many people in this country, just the United States now, to be reliant on grocery stores as heavily as we are. If the grid went down right now,
Oh, yeah.
millions of people are out of food right now.
Yep.
3 days.
Yep.
3 days.
3 days.
And I'm going to interrupt you guys really quick just to get the other panel members on. That's really the only reason. I'm actually going to step away for half a second once I get them in. But Crusader Nate, welcome to the show. Feel free to vent, because this is what this show is about today.
You guys don't want me to vent.
Oh, I mean, I don't fucking care if we get suspended for another 2 weeks. Fuck them.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm holding back, actually, guys. I've got a story, and I will share it if you guys give me the time. But Nate, go ahead. It's your turn.
Well, no, just, as always, living the dream, trying to be polite and professional as always. And Rhino, just because I know how you're feeling right now, I got a question for you.
Sure.
How does that make you feel?
Fuck you. No, see, here's the thing. So I'm on the road. I'm spun up all day. I'm like, I just want to fucking get home, make this episode, be ready at 4. Of course, that didn't fucking happen. I come home. This shelf, a light fell over. The one off camera knocked some shit over, and then this neon sign up there. That thing fell and did the domino thing. So I came home already running behind, already late, trying to get this last minute stream up. And then there's just a pile of shit on the floor. I'm like, motherfucker. It took my anger from the 8 that it was and pushed it up above the 10 into like the 15 range. And then I had to fucking walk away for a minute before I started the stream. That's why there's a pre-roll today. So yeah.
But wouldn't you gentlemen agree that we have gotten away from something very important by allowing our food to be outsourced by complete strangers?
Oh, yeah.
Self-sufficiency, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I mean, you guys would be the very few people who would actually understand and appreciate what I did last year has now finally come to pay off. I went to a cattle farm where they raise beef. I picked out the cow that I wanted to actually buy this year for meat. The one that I picked out from the farmer won the blue ribbon at the state fair. I had to go. Wow. Yeah, Tommy understands what I'm talking about.
I do. Holy shit.
So
awesome.
So I'm actually buying half of the state fair blue ribbon prize winning cow for meat. Do you guys have any idea how much that costs?
No, actually,
not right off.
Actually, if you do it in advance like you did, it should be fairly affordable.
But
fairly affordable.
Right.
right.
Fairly affordable is the key phrase. But I know I actually went out to the farm, picked it. I know the butcher who's going to do the processing for me. This family has been doing meat processing and raising pigs and cattle since 1861. So they've been doing it a few years.
Just a few.
And they're pretty reputable. So no, I know 3 generations of the family that have been doing this, and going and finding places like that in wherever you live in the country, they're out there. You just need to find
out there, and good luck though. They're hard to find.
Oh,
they are hard to find.
Crusader. Yeah. By the way, to interject, I'm gonna get Chris in a second here as well.
Yeah.
But I did want to interject just because you're chat in the comment, or your comment in the chat there. One of those. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
There was a point to the stream. Yes, there is a point to the stream. I'll sum it up right now for all of you still watching. The word no. This episode is brought to you by the word no. That's the point. Bottom line, everything that's fucking going on right now, everything that's being allowed to go on right now is because nobody's fucking saying no. So there you go. I don't want to black pill you. The world sucks. It's going to hell. Let's not do the whole sit in the lawn chair and watch the meteor destroy everything. Let's maybe try to turn this fucking thing around. And the way you start is to say no, you bitch. There you go. That is the point of the show today. All right, let's get Chris Mitchell in here. Chris, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, out here exercising my white privilege, working my ass off. So, tax free though, because I don't pay my government. Fuck them.
No.
So yeah, you're right. Saying no is the way to go, buddy. Hopefully, I'm coming through okay here. I'm out at the neighbors, so I'm not actually on my Wi-Fi or anything. But yeah,
you're coming. We can understand you. You sound like you might be in a barn somewhere, but yeah, you sound all right.
Well, I'm actually at my local cattle farmers in the house, redoing it. Yep. So, if I want my beef, it's just out in the field over here.
There you go.
Right.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I've taken part in helping them get the castration done and everything. I don't recommend that part. No. That was horrible. That was horrible.
All right.
But it has to be done.
That's where all the thin sliced and deeply fried comes from.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Send it to Walt Disney.
So, Mitchell, what is on your mind tonight, sir?
Not much, buddy. Like I said, we're all going through this same fucking hell, right?
Yeah.
But it's a hell that we allow to happen. And it's not the first time and won't be the last as long as we keep essentially fucking taking it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so John St. George shared a video the other day from back in 1960 or 1942, something like that. It was just after the First World War. Your guys' government was fucking ready to gun down your veterans because they were there to get their fucking pay.
That's the one
They
that
don't give a
Outlaw
fuck.
covered.
Yep, I did that.
They don't give a fuck. Oh, did you? Sorry, but I've been out of the house, so. But yeah, it's nothing new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a new event. And it's never going to end as long as we keep taking it. Up here, they're trying to do something new every day to take something away from you, make it restricted. There ain't a fucking government out there, right, that can give you any rights. All they can do is restrict them. Restrict them and take them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. No government gives you the rights. You're born with all your rights. These motherfuckers that you pay to steal children, fuck with their minds, steal your fucking paycheck, you allow them to do it.
Yep,
But as your emperor, we're getting rid of all that. Day one. Day one. And on the weekends.
Oh.
Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? Who left?
For the kids.
That was weird.
Chris just bounced out and got bounced back in.
All right. Well, that's better than being bounced out and not coming back. That was very strange. Tell you what we're going to do right now is take a quick break. I'm going to check on my dogs and make sure they haven't eaten the rest of the living room. And when we come back, we'll finish off the show. Let these guys get back into their thoughts and just rant. Feel free, gentlemen. You saw the first half, and whatever I did, do that. All right. We will see you guys in just a fucking moment. If I can find the right
That's okay.
button.
We will be perfectly fine unsupervised. Don't worry about us. What could go wrong?
I'm going to take a piss.
Yeah, take a piss. Have fun.
I'm going to recruit all these people to my army.
I learned that. I learned a lot. Anyway, Bo is associated here. Anyway, the point I want to make is I learned so much. I learned black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What I have to do is I have to continue talking about the things. Come on, man. I came down here because I remember the first bumper sticker I saw. I learned that I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. Then I learned about kids jumping on my lap. I love kids jumping on my lap. Oh, I'm in trouble. What are we nuts? Dead. You know, come on, man. Give me a little break here. Get a life. Taking cocaine or not? What do you think? Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You have a problem figuring out what you're from being drunk, and you ain't black. Come on, man. The Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. I can hardly wait to meet with that guy who is the stable genius. Come on, man. I am very willing to let the public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. Come on, man. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids, wealthy kids. Come on, man. I mean, come on. Take a look at the record. I know a lot of weed smokers. Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Why the hell would I take a test? I am, come on, man.
I will your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up? I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop his ass up, size it up. I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I will cook your ass up so fast, and I'll tell them, well, I killed a cow out back, baby. You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. That's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first. I swear to God, if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to get my hands around your throat.
All right, we are fucking back. I love that one. We don't play that one very much, but it's a good one. I like it. Polska hates that one because of fucking creepy fucking Sleepy Joe there, but that one's one of my favorite break rolls. So, yeah, I'm gonna bring the panel back on and let them rant. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up for the most part. We're on the last like 20 minutes of the episode, maybe a little bit longer depending on how much they rant, but not too much longer. It's a short one, short and sweet. You know, that's what she said, right? All right, let's bring these guys back on.
Hey, man, at least I can provide you with some comedy relief. And just so you know, cannibalism is not good because of prion disease. It will actually cause neural tremors and things like that, and it can actually be very, very deadly to humans and any other animals.
Wait. Does it matter if they're well cooked? Just asking for a friend.
Nope.
No, it's because of the way that the muscle protein is developed, and when it's actually broken down digestively and with the enzymes through the digestive tract, that actually gets leached back into the system. It's kind of a nature's way of preventing self-consumption, so to speak.
All right. So on that note, don't be a cunt. Don't eat your neighbor if times get tough. There you go. There's your PSA.
And why do I know that stuff? I couldn't begin to guess. But other than I've been reading things way too much for way too long.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we did forget something very important. And, Riggs Jr. brought it to my attention. It wouldn't be our show with Outlaw unless we made it clear that he was here. So
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick ass boy. Damn.
God. Oh my god.
there you go. All right, now we know Outlaw's here for sure. Now he's definitely here.
Right.
All right.
You gotta play that for his intro.
That was
that.
that's what I fucking told Riggs I would do. Every time he came on, I'd play it, and then I always forget to do it because I'm always spun up when Outlaw comes on, so I forget. You know, it's just how it goes.
Oh, I've been mentioning that to the guys. I mean, we need our own theme music when we come on like wrestling.
Oh,
It'd be awesome.
Jesus
Making
Christ.
his way to the ring.
The first motherfucker that steals anything from Macho Man or
No,
Rick, you know, any of them motherfuckers is just no. Fuck you. You're
I
fucking
think-
wrong.
I think when Tommy comes on, we'll play the Real Man of Genius.
No, no. And in fact, I mentioned this in the chat, gentlemen. You see this right here?
Today.
This is homebrew, and
All
this
right,
is
all right.
gut the fuck up
Today.
ale.
Tommy replaced his red Budweiser with homebrew.
I went off too. I was like, I fuck these Budweiser drink. I knew you were.
I know you did,
Tommy
I know
brought
you
his
did.
homebrew on the screen.
and I
so
don't take
his
offense
Budweiser.
to it because I don't drink Bud Light, and that's all you mentioned.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
support these companies. Oh, you know what? They don't care.
Did your
Wouldn't
entire
matter.
You know what? Do your own
set
thing.
shake when you moved your chair there? I gotta
What?
verify.
that?
I feel like
Well,
you like
the
that?
entire room moved the first time.
Yeah, that's because I bounced my drawer on my desk.
You know how some stupid. I just made myself look. You know how stupid some people are. Is I've seen on Facebook some of them saying like, "Yeah, we don't drink that shit anymore. We switched to Budweiser." Like what?
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Are you sure about that?
I wish I had that. I would have played that. You sure about that?
Yep,
You
I know
sure about
exactly
that?
what I'm doing.
I'm glad that makes one of us.
Hmm.
All right,
Oh,
I was
man.
awaiting epic rants, but these guys.
Oh,
seem
you want it?
tame.
You
I
want
don't-
it?
I don't fucking know.
You
Yeah.
want it? I got it for
Yeah.
you right now, guys.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to be very careful here, and I'm going to kind of skirt around the company and the job just yet, and especially not for cause. Yesterday, we had another RIF, a reduction in force. This one was obviously mandated by corporate because it came without warning and nobody knew about it. They got
Sounds
rid
right.
of so many answer people, that the ones that make the shit run. They decimated my electrical engineering group. We have multiple projects going on with very large contracts to international players, the Israelis, among others.
Mhm.
And the shit just hit the fan. And then today, I had the privilege of listening to one side of a conversation of my supervisor getting his ass reamed by our operations director, who is a fucktard, about, oh, well, you told us it was going to be done on the 15th. Dude, the engineering's not done. Myself, Mr. Tommy D, is doing the final engineering on this project because our engineering staff didn't get all the information they needed from the customer. We're trying to put this shit together from pieces, parts from all over the fucking world, and they want it yesterday. Fuck these motherfuckers. And the next time somebody invests in a company that builds missiles, I'm going to kick their fucking ass. You guys are all on fucking report right now.
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah.
my drift? Who
I
this
do.
is?
Now-
Yep.
Now here's the thing. I don't know how many of of your video game nerds, and there's plenty of other examples, but here's what I'm thinking of. Any of you that played the Outer Worlds or any of the Fallout games, if you look at the way the corporate world runs in those games, that's not fiction anymore.
No.
That's fucking reality.
It
So,
is exactly reality. You're you nailed it, man.
goddamn.
And anyway,
we've got-
I'm done
okay,
with my
okay.
rant.
All
Oh,
right,
by the
your
way,
rant-
my supervisor's wife, who worked for
Is
the
it-
company, was one of the victims of the riff.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah. He left early yesterday because he had to drive her home because they carpooled.
That's fucking retarded.
Yeah, fucking
All right.
ridiculous.
Yeah, just a little. We're gonna add Broken Pine. Haven't had him on alive in a minute, so we'll bring him in. How's it going, sir?
Living the dream.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my line.
I stole your line specifically for that. It's in the little subcategory under my name there, because nightmares are dreams too. Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Now you guys understand why I've been saying it. You've been laughing at me for over a year for using it,
Yeah,
and see how I'm the even-keeled one in situations like this.
he was a prophet. Anyway, what brings you on the show, Pine? Something pissed you off this week, or
Oh,
You
you
just-
want a rant? I'll give you a
Yeah.
rant. You remember all the mass graves that were supposedly happened in Canada in 2021?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, so finally they got around 2 years later to doing archaeological excavations in Montreal, Winnipeg, or Manitoba, and Nova Scotia, and not a single fucking body's been found.
Yep.
Let me stop you really quick. For those that don't know, didn't this involve elementary schools and
No,
something
resi-
like that?
Residential schools for natives.
Residential schools, residential.
Right.
Okay.
Children
Okay.
that were ripped away from their families, relocated to the schools.
And there
Well,
wasn't
yes
one
and
fucking
no.
body found, huh?
Yes and no. There some people that, like, I personally knew some people that went to residential schools and they did not have a bad experience, but that was like in the 90s, right?
Okay.
I mean, back in the 30s and the 40s was a different planet. I mean, like back in the 30s, my grandfather horsewhipped his sons if they were disobedient. So I mean, it's a different fucking planet back then, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, but the narrative was created to basically produce an outcome where the mainstream media and everybody else did a dog pile on the Catholic Church and every other religious institution in Canada in order to delegitimize everything because of colonialism. And it's resulted in millions of dollars being spent for zero. There's no bodies.
Yep.
Mm.
It's so fucking frustrating. This country's fucked. Period.
It's
Yeah.
the typical smoke and mirrors to get everybody distracted.
Well, it's
Am
like
I
COVID.
correct?
It was a panic. It was a moral panic, just like COVID, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
So, okay. So on that note, what in your country do you believe they're distracting you from with this bullshit? That's the question.
March towards socialism.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, Trudeau said over and over again that he admires the basic dictatorship of the Chinese government.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, and we have the Chinese government was involved in was influenced the last election in Canada. There was 200,000 votes that weren't counted, mail-in votes, conveniently from the Canadian Armed Forces and other people living overseas. It's essentially, it's not a legitimate government. And
No.
this whole smoke and mirrors happened right before the election in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I wonder what you guys think in the comments section here, as well as the panel. So they're doing this impeachment probe on this illegitimate piece of shit we call a former vice president in this country. What are your bets? Let's say for or against. What do you think this impeachment goes nowhere? In the chat, put a 1 if you think the impeachment is just more smoke and mirrors. In the chat, if you believe that there is actually something coming from this, put a 2 in the chat. And you know what? Put a 3 in the chat if you think he actually will be removed from office. I bet you those 3s are pretty low, but your opinions matter. Oh, there's a 5 in the chat. That's breaking the rules. That guy can fuck right off.
There was something from Alex Jones the other day about a guy who asked Alexa, the smart voice on your phone, whatever it's called, and he asked her, I guess kidding around, who's going to be the next president in 2024. She said there's not going to be an election. We're going to go to war, and they're going to implement powers.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
like a year or two
okay.
ago.
Let me I like to do this because I've been a conspiracy theorist as long as I've been alive. Let me rip your tinfoil hat for a minute and wonder if he pre-programmed that response. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I can do it right now. You want to do it right now? What was the specific question?
Yeah.
What was the question? Like how do you word
He
it?
asked her who will be president in the 2024 election, I think.
Here we go. Computer, who will be the president in the 2024 election? Oh, shit. I have to turn down the noise gate. Computer, stop. Let me turn down the noise gate. It actually, you can hear the dog, but you can't hear the fucking thing next to me. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Noise gate completely off. Okay. Now you should be able to hear everything. Computer, who will be the president in the 2024 election?
Here's what I found from Reuters. 10 Republican.
Nope. Let me turn the volume up. It's a dog screaming back there. One more fucking time. Computer, who will be the president in the 2024 election?
Here's what I found from Reuters. 10 Republican hopefuls are seeking their party's nomination for the November 2024 election to take on U.S. President Joe Biden, who faces 2 long-shot challenges to be the Democratic Party's nominee. Here is a list of the contenders. Republican Party.
Okay, so there's your answer. A lot of these motherfuckers will fake shit for,
of course,
views. So always be vigilant. I'm not saying that maybe it wasn't a glitch or some shit, but here's the thing. Is there some truth in a lie? Yeah. So maybe they did it for the fucking clout, for the fucking views, to get their fucking shekels. But if there is a hot war with Russia or China or both, take your pick. Let me turn up my noise gate now that all you hear is the dog. Goddamn little terrorist.
Yeah, of course. You always take this.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you always take these things with a grain of salt anyway. You don't go full. You don't go full retard in and believe everything you hear.
But if there was a hot war, they could enact emergency powers and suspend an election. So a little bit of truth with a lie.
You just triggered my memory. Sorry.
Deja vu?
No, you actually hit something in my memory I remember from about 20 years ago. I just need to find it.
Okay. I will let you look for that. And I'm going to go yell at a terrorist really quick. I shall be right back. Panel, the floor is yours.
Well, and take a look at the chat that I just dropped in YouTube, because I saw this on the Twatter today.
All right, where is this at?
It's right there, brand new ones.
All right.
Dog treats needed. Yeah.
And I'm back-ish. You see this? This is somebody that thinks he needs to fight with somebody else. So he's taking a temporary timeout.
Co-host. Better looking than Nate anyway.
All right, and he's gone.
Probably smarter. Probably smarter too.
And he's gone. All right, I tried. Such a pain in the ass. All right, where were we? I see somebody else backstage. I don't recognize you. Please, in the private chat, identify yourself, sir. All right. Where were we? We're about to wrap up the show. But anybody else who wants to rant, any other thoughts? anything you want to contribute to the first half of the episode, the epic rant that was, feel free.
I got a theory if you guys are up for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right. You don't need to full screen me. I'm not that important.
I just fucking did. Deal with it.
Fucker. If I only knew how to fix that, I would. All right. You guys remember post World War II when with a booming economy and everything going, and then in the early 1960s, early to mid 1960s, we had turmoil in this country. We had the people just coming of age that were anywhere from, let's say, 18 to 25 years old, demanding their parents' generation surrender and relinquish command and control of this country because they were too old, had amassed too much power, had too much control, and were demanding and forcing that generation to do things they didn't want to do. Do you guys remember that?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
in American history?
They were called
Yep.
baby boomers.
Okay.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, the worst
Now-
generation ever.
And they should have been crushed mercilessly. But anyway,
Yeah.
Right. Right. So now those are the same people that are now the ones that are in power and control, and the ones that are refusing to
Let
do
go.
what they were asking their parents' generation. That's exactly what's happening right then and there. They were the ones, if you look at what our national debt was at the time of when they took things over, when they started being in command and control of things, if you look at how all of this has pretty much happened, as a wise man once told me, if you look at all the problems we've been having in this country since the 1960s, it all falls down on the hippies.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
free peace, free love,
You're correct.
make love, not war. I mean, the guy, I have to admit, the guy had a point. And if you look at it, this is all happening because it's now at that point where the following generation, I mean, Gen X, I've heard Gen X referred to as the perpetual generational intern. They're the one, Gen X is the ones that grew up watching everything that's happened through the late 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they're smaller than millennials, a smaller generation than the millennials and the baby boomers. Gen
Mhm.
X has become like the forgotten generation. They're the ones that will be kind of overlooked and bypassed when it comes to being in power, control, and influence in this country. It's going to go from a boomer to a millennial. I mean, look at it right now with the way the presidential election is. I mean, Ramaswamy, millennial. Trump, boomer.
Boomer.
Sloppy Joe, boomer. Look, just that's exactly the way this thing has been playing out. I've been talking to people about this for close to 20 years. If you look at it, there's so many different things that are lining up, and history is repeating itself. We're seeing the exact same system, just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is, if you look at what the big major downturn in 1929 when the market crashed, the Dust Bowl, everything lined up perfectly. If you look at what happened prior to that, the grain markets collapsed. You look at world trade markets collapsed. Everything that happened prior to round two is pretty much lining up socially, culturally, business-wise. It's all lining up for round three.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the exact same system. It's the exact same thing. And if you look at that, you can turn around and you can position yourself in some way, shape, or form. Learn canning, learn to hunt, learn to fish, grow some of your own vegetables, do some of that stuff, work for yourself, start a side hustle. There's always, if you look at it, older adults, the boomers, are going to need prescription deliveries. Older boomers are they're fighting right now about handing over their driver's licenses because most of them shouldn't be driving in the condition they're in.
Mhm.
So they're going to need to be shuttled around, cared for, cooked for. And they're probably one of the largest generations alive.
I think
Gen X,
put down.
Yeah.
No,
But
I
if you
said I
look at
think
it-
put down. Put them down.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, that too. But if you look at it as generations that have amassed the largest portion of personal wealth,
Oh,
it's the boomers.
100%.
And what are they? The boomers are the ones that have consumed a vast majority of national wealth, national debt for personal enrichment.
Oh, in the 80s, they were all rabid capitalists,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
I mean,
were the hippies.
it literally all lines up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, we know where to point the finger. I mean, the evidence is right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
We also had somebody sitting backstage. If you'd like to come back, you are more than welcome. We're going to wrap up the show here shortly, but if you want to jump in really quick, I just had to verify. I know who you are now. Like I said, we just had a problem when we put the link to join. We're well liked by people that want to see us taken down. Last few times I did the link to join the stream, we got big black cocks. And I mean, as much as I'm a fan, we just can't be doing it live. So there you go. If you want to join
the T-Rex,
I want you to clarify that.
He was talking about me riding the Bronto.
That's right. That's right.
Ex-wife.
We're not clarifying shit. Anyway.
Yes,
welcome,
and I am obviously a
welcome,
black
chickens.
man.
Welcome, Doug, to the show. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing as good as I can. I appreciate your stream tonight, and hello to everybody here. I'm with you on the no comply thing. I'm not going to comply for any reason. I've even taken it a little step further. I've got some I did that Joe Biden stickers that I'm putting around on the gas pumps here in the city I live in.
Actually, you know what? You know what's a good idea? Not all of you are gonna find this useful, but if you go into an establishment and they try to get you to wear a mask, they're gonna try this again. These idiots.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I some of you hate Andrew Tate, and that's fucking fine. But the dude had good advice. Pick up a mask, drop it. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't wear that. It's contaminated. Give me another one. Pick that one up and fucking drop that. Oh, I'm clumsy as fuck. I'm sorry. Do that a couple times. But if they keep going, I mean, you could fucking knock over the whole box if you want. All of those are contaminated now. You can't fucking do that. But if you really want to fuck with them, those I did that stickers.
Yes.
Fucking slap that on the fucking mask box.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's my little small act of rebellion. And I'm doing all I can to keep my apartment up and keep my what little bills I have. But no, this $4 a gallon for gasoline is beyond ridiculous. I'm more than frustrated with it. And I hope that it can turn around. I know it's easy to say, it can get worse, and I understand that, but I'm trying to be optimistic that things can change and get on the right track again. I don't know if that's being delusional or not.
Well, I'm not going to say you're delusional, but what I'm going to say is it's going to take all of us acting in unison to fucking unfuck the problems we have here. You literally have to get to the point where we all say, fuck you, no, before it's going to be corrected. It can't be one or two of us going, yeah, maybe we'll do it. If somebody else does it, the guy next to me, we'll wait for Charlie to do it, and then we'll fucking do it. No. You've got to understand. I'm telling you no right now. Okay, here's. I'm telling you, right now. Next time I see any of this bullshit, it's a flat out fucking no from me, dog. All right. But here's the thing: you need to understand. I just committed to the no. Okay, that means you've got one guy that's going to go no with you. Now you tell your friend, hey, I know a guy that's going to say no. I'm going to say no. I need you to say no. You see how this goes on? You get everybody you know to say no. Okay. Do you know
Why
how
do
fast?
you sound like a mob boss?
Fuck off. Anyway, you know how fast. That's why I don't do panels on Wednesdays. You know how fast those gas prices will drop. Now listen. It sounds impossible. This sounds unfeasible. I see these
Shine
TikTok
box.
trends. I see these TikTok trends that try to pull this off. Where we're not going to buy gas on September 1st. Whatever. But if you actually did, if you actually organized, let's say you get the whole red pill community, right? That would be brilliant. If you get the whole red pill community and every one of their supporters to say, we're not going to buy gas on November 1st, right? If you did that, you think they could keep prices that way? If everybody that followed all of our community channels just called off that day and said, no, we're not doing this shit. You know what a hit that would take to the oil industry? Just the one day. Saying
and
no.
he mentioned $4 gas, $5.29 here.
Yeah,
Jeez.
keeps going up.
Winning.
No, it's
Oh,
a
shit, that's
nightmare
nothing.
for everybody. You know, it's a nightmare for all of us around, I think.
Of course.
And it's not
$8 a gallon in
necessarily.
Canada.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What busts my balls about it is the fact that it didn't have to go down this way. And I don't have all the answers, of course, but I voted for Trump. I plan on voting for Trump in 24 if he's in prison or not. And I don't know if these will, I think that I don't know. I mean, there's just so much I don't know. I'm trying to do my part in it. And that's all I really know to do. And then spread the word, like you said there. That's all good stuff. But
Yeah, here's one step. Like I said, here's one step further you can take. I can bitch all day long on fucking YouTube.
Because you are a bitch.
Shut
But anyway.
your fucking mouth. I can bitch and I can say, it sucks and this and that. But I can tell you, if I make the fucking commitment that no is my fucking answer, okay? You have one guy you can refer back to. I said no, you can too. Okay. So now that's two guys that said no. So again, you get your fucking friends to also go, okay, this is bullshit. Also, no. You see? Okay.
yeah.
So when you're complying with unconstitutional laws and you just all start saying in a chain like that, no, I got your back, man. Look, I can't bail you out of prison. I'm not going to fucking lie. I can't bail you out, but I will say no if I'm in the same position as you. Bottom line. Okay. That's a start. That's a fucking
That is
start.
a good start.
Look in Virginia back in 2021 when they were going to enact gun laws and 30,000 guys showed up in full battle rattle in front of the legislature, and everybody was fucking shocked, and Antifa ran away.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was the same with the Bundy Ranch. They were the BLM, which is the Bureau of Land Management, was trying to seize that cattle land from that farmer. They've come up with a group, by the way. Again, I'm not sponsored. I don't get paid. None of that. No kickbacks. But peoplesrights.com. Check them out. Bundy actually founded that after this bullshit. But the militia showed up and they had a standoff with the federal agents there. And Bundy got to keep his fucking cattle land. And the Bureau of Land Management got to eat a dick. So those motherfuckers said no. And the government said, yeah, you're right. I don't want to die today. Again, teach these motherfuckers that they serve us. They are servants. They are our bitch, not the other way around. You are not the government's bitch. They're your bitch. All those officers that act like they're authoritative dicks to you, they're your bitch. Understand that they get paid by your tax money, not the other way around. And if they don't like it, they can suck a dick or resign, because I'm tired of this fucking authoritarian attitude that a lot of these cocksuckers have. They need to know their place. We sign their paychecks, not the other fucking way around.
Yes.
Tell me how you really feel.
I think I just did.
Read the comments, guys, because I'm filling you in on Bundy. That motherfucker he's an idiot.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me come on, and it's been nice talking to you fellas tonight.
Hell yeah.
It's good to hear you too, Doug.
Hey, you're welcome
It's good
anytime.
to hear your point of view. Yeah.
I don't want to convince anybody to believe the things I do or to think how I think. I just wish people would get back to, having the ability to think critically for themselves, know why they're choosing who they're choosing, having the information, know why they're, going to the elections, going to why they're voting for these people. as opposed to just taking the buzzwords of racism, homophobicism, all those things, and using them to, become emotional about it and just have knee-jerk reactions instead of seeing the facts laid out in front of them. That's what I'm hoping to see change.
Oh yeah, one step at a time, man.
Well,
All right.
people are lazy. People are lazy, stupid, and panicky. So if you understand that, and you understand that if anyone is going to stand up and say that they are going to be the leader, they are the one that's going to make life simple and easy for people, you are going to have, I would say, close to 75 to 80% of the population that will fall in line and be subservient to that one individual. That's just human nature. They are stupid, blind sheep. And Doug, if I were you, I know Shadow Sonata put it in the chat about putting that shit on the shelves in the grocery store. You guys start putting that stuff, like, be sly about it and slide it in place so you get these leftist, urban, liberal, vote with your feelings type, if you know what I mean, have 2X chromosomes. You need to put it in places where they're going to see this.
Okay.
You know what?
And
I just got an idea. So we have a merch store that has Red Pill Rhino merch, right? Who gives a fuck? Nobody wants my fucking koozies or my hoodies. I get it. I'm not even fucking offended. You know what we could do, though? I've got stickers. I could say, do not comply on those fucking stickers. It would take me half an hour to change all that. And you guys could I could make them as cheap as fucking possible. Maybe even find a third-party source to make them like fucking 25 cents. Get do not comply stickers. And anytime you see masks, anytime you see any fucking bullshit, you can stick those fucking stickers wherever you want. Just do not comply. So everybody after you sees the same message and goes, you know what? Somebody had the fucking balls to put that there, and I don't believe in this bullshit either. That's something we could do. That could be my little way in shipping in.
I'd love that.
Or
Awesome idea.
That is a great idea. That or the Brandon I did that sticker.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we've got the I did that. I think the do not comply is the next step. You
Right.
see some fucking bullshit, you fucking put the do not comply sticker out.
Canadian
So we could
truckers
try
did
that.
that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the one thing that I got my ear to the ground and I'm not seeing or hearing much discussions about it. In a little over 24 hours, things are going to get rather spicy in the United States.
Wait, okay. Wait, we can't be doing cliffhangers. What the fuck did you just say? 24 hours? Why?
Little over 24 hours. 11:59 tomorrow night.
Why?
And I got to talk to Walt Disney about something too.
Oh Jesus.
There'll be plenty of waffling there, but
Uh-oh.
the contract negotiations for the workers unions of the UAW, they've been in negotiations for close to 90 days, if I remember correctly. But it's been heating up, and the UAW, all the people who manufacture the parts, work in the assembly plants, and from what I remember, motorcycle plants are also involved in this, as well as parts manufacturers and parts handlers are all members of the UAW. The discussion is the entire UAW is talking about walking away and striking.
Holy shit.
Oh boy.
That'll be something.
That's
All right,
been
we'll have
coming-
to,
Funny
that's
thing
been
is,
coming for a while
nobody's
now.
buying EVs.
You'll have to check on that.
Right.
I'll tell you what, in the interest of time, what we're going to do is wrap up since we just totally stomped on fucking Pop and Jimmy's time over there. Listen. I did it
They were
tonight
just
and I'll do
talking
it
about
again.
whores, man.
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
Well,
No, I
they're
normally
talking about divorce.
going
Yeah.
forward, I do have the green light from Blake to do a
Being a
Wednesday
dead
night
horse.
show over on Redonkulous. I can do it. I could have done it tonight, but I also know my fucking mouth. So that's why I haven't. I've had the green light for like 2-3 weeks now, and I can't bring myself to it because if you leave me unsupervised on a show, I'm going to get somebody banned. So I got to learn to fucking tame it down just a hair. I don't give a fuck if this channel gets banned. We got like every one of you matters, but we've got like 2,000 here. So we can start over. We can build 2,000 again in a couple months. I don't care. But Pop has been doing this for 10 years. If I fuck him over, I'm the biggest cunt on the planet, and I can't be that guy. So before I do Wednesday nights at 8 on his show, which would just be me running my own thing on his, I need to make sure I can filter myself appropriately. So
that means I'm off the hook.
I might still need you. You're going to be the guy. Would you shut your fucking mouth? You're saying fucking words you shouldn't say.
The voice of reason.
That's right. So, but it won't be a full panel. It'll be a short episode, maybe an hour or 2 hours, something like that. And that's it. Okay. So we will start doing that at some point once I'm confident. I mean, completely confident. I'm not going to fuck over Blake or Pop. I can't do that. But we do have the green light. So that's good. We're going to go ahead and do final thoughts here. And then I guess wrap up the fucking show. Like I said, I know you came over here in fucking Carousel of Darkness and American Nightmare, but the answer is no. That's it. The answer is fucking no. The whole point of this show is 2 letters, N and O. I'm pretty sure most languages use those letters. Fucking no, man. Just fucking no. All right. If you don't agree with it, if you don't want it, and if you don't approve of it, and if it doesn't sound constitutional, legal, or ethical or moral, say fucking no. That's it. They cannot stop everybody. And if everybody stands up and says no, they're fucked. And they're afraid everything this is built on is on the backs of you and me. If everybody stands up, there ain't no back anymore. The table falls, the glass breaks. That's your job. Say fucking no. Stand up, be heard. Don't be a fucking bitch. Fucking take this shit back before you, more importantly, your children and your children's children don't have a fucking future. This is on you. Remember that. Even if you don't give a fuck, even if you're fucking, I love you, Jimmy. Even if you're fucking Jimmy and you just want fucking Yellowstone to be blown up and just fucking sit there and watch it all go to hell. Remember, it's not about you. I'm going to be dead someday, maybe faster because of poor choices. I don't fucking know yet. Maybe I'll be dead tomorrow. Who knows? But the point is, this ain't about me. There's kids growing up right now. Kids that still have hopes and dreams and want to fucking do something with their lives. Don't let that get wrecked. Don't be a selfish fucking cunt. Say no, be heard, stand up. Final thoughts starting with MGTOW Outlaw.
Most people in this culture, give me a second, guys. I had something playing in the background. Most people have been put into the position of this, why they're afraid to say no. This is all intentional, right? That's why you won't see a lot of people. I personally, I don't see a lot of people wanting to stand up because they're put into a financial bind. It's the same thing we seen with COVID 3 years ago. You know, most people under their breath agree with everything we've said here tonight. They do. But they're afraid to take the next step because of the finances, because it's intentional. A lot of people are put in that position because of what's been allowed to happen. But say no, man.
Absolutely.
Don't ever forget what they took from you 3 years ago, because I haven't.
No. All right, man. Absolutely agree. Let's jump over to Tommy D. Your final thoughts, sir.
Simple statement that I placed in the chat too. We are afraid of what we do not know. We do not know how things will turn out if we say no. And our little comfy lifestyle that we have here in the US of A is beautiful. It really is. And we need to fight for it.
Yeah.
But you know what it takes? It took what they took in the revolution. If you guys aren't on Twitter, I would say get on Twitter. Follow James Woods and follow his Revolutionary War stories. He's got a huge amount of history of what those men went through, what they sacrificed, and most of them died within 4 years of the outbreak of the Revolutionary War. Take that into account on what we are going through right now.
Yes,
and
sir.
I leave it to you, sir.
All right. We're going to jump over right away into Crusader Nate here. Your final thoughts tonight, sir.
Oh, well, I have a lot of thoughts. Most of them would give most people nightmares. mainly this panel and those watching the show. I've never been one to comply. Prior to 2020, I had a very comfortable research career. That all happened, and I was told that either A, I keep my job and go through a certain procedure, or B, my position will no longer exist. Needless to say, I don't write research anymore. I've never been one to comply. I have always been the one to be the exception and the one to avoid always breaking the rules. It's always been me and what I've done. I live for something. Everybody lives to a point, but who actually lives for something? That's what I'm saying. You got to live for something. You got to do something with your life. And the difficult thing is, at the end of the day, when you put your head on your pillow, you need to be able to live with yourself for the choices and decisions you made that day. If you can't do that, then you need to address that yourself. We all have to do that. We all face this life and the end of it alone, with who we are as a person, what we've done.
Yeah.
So make sure you can live with who you are for what you've been doing in your past, your present, and what you will be doing in your future. You need to be able to live with yourself first before you worry what anybody else's orders, directions, or guidelines are put on your life. Remember that. I'm not saying get called into action to do certain things. No, the one thing you can do is learn how to live and not rely on the system. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your loved ones, and live for you. And remember, there is no normal life. There's just life.
All right. Well said, man. I don't think anybody could top that. But Broken Pine, your final thoughts, sir.
Well, I'm going to say, don't let anybody pigeonhole you. Give you a story. When I finished infantry school in the Canadian Armed Forces, everybody gets marched into the RSM, which is the sergeant major, and you have an interview. So I'm of Polish heritage, and I sat down with him, and he says, "Lizette, what kind of name is that?" I said, "Canadian." That was the end of the interview. Don't let people pigeonhole you into a box like you're a hyphenated Canadian, hyphenated American, or you're anything else. Just be yourself and be true to yourself. Like, don't quit, have boundaries. Like, don't comply if your conscience doesn't allow it, don't comply. I never got the shot because I couldn't do it in good conscience. That's all I have to say.
Fucking fantastic, man. Good final thoughts. All right, Doug, your final thoughts, sir.
I had this thought come to mind today about what is your freedom worth. And I know for me, I'm not a perfect person, but there's two hills that I would rather die than to deny. And that's one, my faith in Jesus Christ. And that's two, under no circumstance will I comply to turn in my firearms. And you don't have to be a religious person at all, but I would say this, be an individual. I think our country is being taken over by collectivism, people who think that the value to the group is more important than the value to the individual. And that's something that our founding fathers recognized, which is why they wrote out that, our Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence. And I know it's not going to be easy going forward for most of us who are living in this world, but I would like to be remembered as somebody who resisted tyranny, kept my faith, and defended the Constitution of the United States for every person, for myself, and for everybody I care about, which is which is people. So I guess that's my final thought. Be yourself, be an individual, and don't have that group think. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. I would agree. Listen, I know the channel Red Pill Rhino, although Red Pill for me was 9/11 was an inside job, right? That was the original Red Pill for me. Okay. I want to, there's a reason I said that. I want you guys to think about something. A lot of you came into this space, the Manosphere. It's kind of a place I identify whether I like it or not. Look, I know a lot of you guys are still probably thinking about fucking, not all of you, but some of you are probably still thinking about, I'd like a fucking girlfriend. I'd like a fucking wife. You know, I'd like kids. Who fucking wouldn't, man? In an ideal world, I don't think any guy in this panel, if women were loyal and marriages lasted until death did they part, and children are raised in 2-parent households, who wouldn't fucking want to be married? But here's the thing. That's not the reality of the world we live in. Here's the thing that is important that you should remember. Don't get distracted by that. The dick thinking, the bullshit, the red pill gossip, the fucking pearly things and the fresh and fits of the world. Who gives a fuck? Okay, we talk about legacy, and even some of the guys on my panel say, well, legacy is having kids. No, it fucking isn't. Legacy is what you leave behind for the next generation. Leave something that fucking matters. Leave something better than what you had. That's a fucking start. So, the world sucks right now. Yeah, it does. It does. Not going to lie to you. We're up against the fucking wall. Our backs are against the wall. Things are looking bad. Most people are not going to live to retire. Most people can't even afford a vacation right now. It is what it is. Okay. It's not black pill either, because again, the word no is powerful. But right now things are fucked. Okay. But here's your legacy. Here's your legacy. Each and every fucking one of you watching this show, especially if you came here from Manosphere and you're thinking with your dick, stop it. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about you being born tomorrow, right? And the next 20 years of your life, how that's going to be. Leave something better for that person. Leave something that they have hope in. Okay. Think about if you were given the world today, how you'd want it to look in 20 years. That's your fight. That's your mission. That's your goal. Not fucking thinking about what peace sleeve you're going to slide into, because who gives a fuck? Pussy's pussy, man. I can get anywhere, anytime. And even if you can't, who gives a fuck? That's not your mission. Your mission is to leave this life a little bit better than when you came here. Bottom line. That's my fucking mission. That's what I'm hoping you guys pick up the mantle. And again, focus on your health. You can't fight if you're a sick fucking slob, and that's what they want. That's why it's in your food. That's why it's in your water. That's why it's in the drugs they pump out instead of giving you solutions. Stop that shit. Find the solution. Okay? Get yourself healthy and leave something better for the next generation. That is my mission for all of you. Before we leave this god-awful fucking rock, leave a better future for the next generation. All right? If that makes me sound like a fucking hippie, so fucking be it. But that's where I stand. I hope you all have a nice night. I will see you on Friday with the panel so they can harass me and talk about grandmas, and fucking Billy can hump Barbie dolls again. But in the meantime, live for something, the future. All right? Y'all have a great night. We will catch you then. Thank you all for joining. There is an after party link if you would like to join the after party. It is in the Rumble, MGTOW, and YouTube chat. So be sure to check that out. You're all more than welcome to join the after party. Space is limited. But again, I want to leave you on that note. Legacy is not what you put between a woman's legs. It's what you leave behind for future generations. Don't be the idiot that thinks with your dick. Think with your heart and do the right thing. All right. Catch you next time.
We are the arbiters of this society.
Repeat after me. As a good citizen, we must maintain a neutral carbon footprint. Repeat. We must eat the bugs. Repeat. We must eat the bugs. Repeat.
This is a world that we create and manage. The people, they need to be controlled. We will give them truths, but only our truths. They are not to seek information anywhere else.
It is my job to keep order. So what you saw didn't happen. Erase everything.
You a grunt? I used to be one, and I was good at it.
I know. Things were simpler then. I have some questions.
You need to understand, we're being hunted.
By who?
Bring him to me.
This breaks the world.
Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back. Shit. You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds. Talking out loud so proud, you better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south. Never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back.